Hey guys, Same Games MC Cod here. Today we are going to be playing a game that I've long awaited to play and record. And today we are playing Flight Simulator X, as I've said in the two past videos. Today, as you can see, I have I just have Google Flights open because I find that to be an extremely simple search engine to use. For me, I don't go through all those, like those pro simmers do for all those of you who are familiar, all these like pro simmers, they use these really like complicated and complicated websites and apps to plan their flight plan. For me, I'm just a leisure. I guess I'm a little serious, but I'm like 70. I'm like maybe 75% serious, 25% leisure. But anyway, forget about that. Today we are flying from Los Angeles to San Francisco, where around where I live. That's the Bay Area, so that's around where I live. And today we are going to be flying Southwest 2608 in a Boeing 737, and and the plane I'll be using is a Southwest 737 in the Nevada 1 livery, if you've ever seen that livery, Nevada 1 livery. It's completely irrelevant to where we're flying, but that's the only freeware plane I could find, and I don't, since it's just a virtual game, I do have two payware mods, but I don't like, I'm not a big fan of buying things in the virtual world, whereas you can buy them for more useful things in reality. So, so it's a freeware plane with the default 737 cockpit in Flight Simulator X, if you're familiar with that. And, so that's the plane I'll be using. And here, let me open Google Maps. Let me just show you Google Maps. Let's go there. Wait for it to load. Here. And, okay, so we're going to go to Los Angeles International. Took me longer than I expected to type, and we're going to go from there. So that's Los Angeles International, so that's our starting point today. Huge airport, but it's now 2015, obviously, the year, but Flight Simulator was made in 2006, I believe. Yeah, 2006. So the airport I'm using the default airport. I don't like paying, as I said, I don't like paying for scenery, and yeah, I would do Los Angeles freeware scenery and San Francisco freeware scenery, but the problem is I have a mod called GSX, which is a payware mod for it's called Ground Vehicles X, or Ground Services X, as the abbreviation shows. But yeah, I don't want to get freeware airport for that, because last time I did that, GSX was telling me to park on taxiways and runways because it was still familiarized with only the default airport. The programs were familiarized with the default airport, but not with the freeware airport. So yeah, so I've learned my lesson on that. I'm not going to do that. I mean, don't be disappointed. The airport's still, same size, same thing, still big, no problem. But flying experience is just the same. So I don't want to hear complaints on that. So yeah, we'll be going from down there all the way up so right here, Los Angeles International, all the way up to San Francisco International, right here. Here, let me get to it. Right here. So yeah, that's about maybe an hour 30-minute flight because of traffic problems. Not traffic problems, sorry, mind blank there, but because there's going to be air traffic, so they're going to vector us in, and therefore it'll take, there will be a delay, because I am doing a rush hour flight, and I have AI installed, so I'm just going to hope that I land on time. And since it's gonna be a little bit of a, it's gonna be an hour and 20 minutes, I'm gonna split this into 2 episodes, so maybe half and half, depending on the distance in nautical miles. We'll see. And yeah, from there we'll jump into the game, and I'll skip to when I'm in the game, and yeah, ready to go. Hey guys, and welcome back. We are currently just sitting at the gate. As I said, I'd be back when I'm back in the game. We're currently just sitting at the gate waiting. And yeah, so we are in LAX, International Airport. Delta, two Delta planes right there. So from here, we're going to be. Sorry about that, accidentally pressed F9, which is the. Did it again. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally pressed F9, which is the inside view of the cockpit. And that's pause on my recorder, so I have to get used to using my yoke and my throttle quadrant for doing that. And yeah, so anyway, we're currently sitting at the gate, and we're going to commence boarding here in a second with my GSX. This is the plane, as I said, the Southwest Nevada 1 plane. And I keep pressing pause. I am sorry for doing that. It's the fourth time I did that. Keep doing that because it's the view for the inside cockpit. Anyway, so that's the Southwest Nevada 1 livery, and yeah, I'm gonna configure the fuel, the weight, passengers' weight, and everything. And yeah, we're going from there. We'll get going, and yeah. So the first part's probably gonna be take off and climb to our cruising altitude, and the second part will be a time lapse all the way until we're on final, which is the final. And by final, for all you guys that are unfamiliar with the pilot language, the final is called when it's called, how do I put this, when the plane is like, how do I say this, like lateral to the runway. I guess that's how you say it. Like on is just coming in on final. That's why it's called final. Coming in on final for the runway, meaning that it's already lined up and it's just now coming in to land. So the second part's gonna be that. It's just gonna be a time lapse until we are coming into land with the ILS and all that instrument. And yeah, I'll show you how I do that. But yeah, that's what the second part is. I don't have much time here on the first part, so yeah. I'm gonna request GSX to come in, and I'm pretty sure you just don't. I'm pretty sure you guys just don't want to be sitting here and waiting for GSX to finish boarding and all that. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna skip out this part, and I'll be back once we are lined up on the runway and ready for takeoff. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back. Oops. We are currently holding short of the runway here at 24 left in Los Angeles International. So we're gonna request takeoff clearance from the tower, and flip the GPS up, open the GPS up here. Okay, so we are cleared for takeoff, so therefore I'm going to just the landing lights on, turn the taxi lights off, turn the APUs off, and switch back to battery. Here I switch the strobes on, and yeah, everything's set, and we're gonna get going here. Okay guys, I'll be back. My SciTech, my yoke has decided to just stop working, so I will be back in just a sec. Okay, hey guys, I'm back. I've got my SciTech back up and running. I don't know why it stopped working, but it happens anyway. It's not a big deal. So we are going to be taking off, as I've already said. from runway 24. Right, let me just make sure everything's set. No, put that on, box hands on, go, put that on, and yeah, okay, so everything seems to be set. We're gonna get going here. Let me just bring up the GPS. So this episode is just takeoff, and we are going to climb till our cruising altitude. That's what this episode is. Anyway, so flaps are set. Let me just check again. Yes, they are set. Just make sure the setting's working. Okay, it's working, and we're going to go line up with the runway really fast. Okay, 50% throttle. Wait for N1 needles to stabilize. I can't see the speed, so I don't think I'll call V1. Drifting off course slightly because of wind. And take off. Nicely bring the nose up and pitch up. All the way up to 20 degrees, so speed doesn't increase too fast. And let's set the speed to departure. And let's bring the nose down. Okay, we'll turn right to heading 310. And we're gonna arm the hold switches here. And let's set autopilot. Autopilot will do its thing from here. Okay. Since the flight physics aren't great in freeware aircraft, I will be bringing the flaps up a little late. And after we cross 10,000 feet, our flaps will go up. And our flaps will go up, and also we will bring in get some speed up. So we're climbing to 33,000 today, I believe. I'm gonna bring the flaps. Actually, no, not yet. See the outside view here. I just wanna make sure we're still recording, because this is the first time I'm recording this game, so I just want to make sure everything's running smoothly, which right now it is. The reason I did not record on the ground, number one, because on the ground, it's just gonna be a pointless wait for you guys, and I'm gonna just waste, and rendering will just take longer for me because it's gonna be a longer video, obviously, and you guys will just be sitting there looking at boarding and all that boring stuff. And second reason is with recording at 1080p, I obviously dropped some frames while cruising and on the ground. But on the ground, it will drop more because it has to generate all those structures and everything. That's why I tend to record while I'm cruising, because I prefer it, and it's not a waste of time for you guys. I'll catch in some turbulence because of clouds there. And we're going to bring the flaps in right here. We're going to bring the speed up all the way to, let's bring it up to 350 for now. We will start climbing in a second here, once I bring the speed up just a little bit more. Since we are at 10,000 feet now and established, we will tell the passengers they can get out of their seats unless we run into some unexpected turbulence. Okay, so now that we have gotten up to speed, I'm going to bring our altitude up to, hold on, contact them. Where is it? Okay, 180, so that's 18,000 feet on the altitude dial. And we'll bring this up to just 1,600 on a smooth climb coming up, because as I said, freeway aircraft physics aren't great, so I want to be as gentle as possible on this aircraft. Is that a golf course on there? Oh, I think that is. Cool. Yeah, that is. I'd like to go and play there. In case you guys didn't know, I play golf, that's why I was just interested in seeing that. Anyway, we're going to bring the speed up just a little bit more here. We are running into some turbulence, so I think I may put the seatbelt sign back on, because I think we will run into turbulence over there too, because of the wind hits the mountains. I think that's how it was. I'm not sure. And then there's clouds too. Obviously, that causes turbulence. And then wind hits the mountains and like it's an elevation change. So I think that causes like air pockets or something. I'm just taking a wild guess, but I think that's how it works. Anyway, we're gonna just make sure power's doing fine. Set our altimeter. Come on. Okay, 59. That's fine. So many centers I have to contact, especially when I'm in the United States flying around. I've noticed that they're just center after center, especially in California, because I obviously live here, so I know. But in California, there's like it's not like other states like Nevada and like Arizona or those Midwest states. I don't have anything against those states or anything, so don't take it like offensively or anything. But like especially in Nevada, I've driven through all of Nevada, and like Reno and Las Vegas, they just pop out of nowhere. Whereas in California, you just have like constant population, throughout the state. I mean, obviously, there's not going to be yeah. See, there's like a city there. Even it's like in a valley. There's a city there. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. There's like constant population every here and there. And I'm gonna plug in my charger. Oh yeah, and also I forgot to do this, but it's not too late. So I'm gonna put the landing lights off. Whoops, because we don't need those anymore. And yep, let me just make sure everything else is set. Yep, everything is set. And let's increase our speed even more here, up to 410. No, 410. Our cruising speed in this aircraft is Mach 0.785, so I'm going to do 0.79. And as you can see, this is the Mach setting is 0.64 right now. So we're going to keep increasing to about maybe 480 knots or so. I think that's like Mach 0.8, so we'll bring it down to 478. We may even go Mach 0.8. I'm not sure. If the plane becomes it starts pitching 2 nose up because of the physics in this aircraft, it's not great. I really do like these people who make the freeware aircraft though, because I mean they pretty much do just the same thing as a payware aircraft, except payware aircraft are obviously a little more detailed, have full in-depth controls and all of that. But I mean, they're like $80, especially like I think PMDG is like $80. If you don't know what PMDG is, it's an aircraft payware aircraft maker, and they make payware planes like the PMDG 777. That's an extremely famous plane. And yeah, so unfortunately, I do love the 777. I do love the flight model and everything, but even unfortunately, the PMDG, not the PMDG, the freeware 777s, all freeware 777s, every single freeware 777 I've tried, I thought that the initial model was broken at first. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the volume down because I don't think you can hear me so well. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I hope you could hear me back there. Yeah, so I hope you could hear me back there and I wasn't just blabbering on. But yeah, so what I was saying is that I really like the freeware guys because, like they do make planes that are extremely detailed. Even, I mean, for freeware aircraft, that they are detailed enough for my liking. And since, I'm not like a hardcore simmer with all of that, I'm not gonna pay for a plane or anything. So yeah. And also, as I was saying, like 777s, I love that plane. I was looking forward to flying it once I figured out how to get payware aircraft to work. But then, a huge disappointment hit me that apparently 777 freeware 777s, they don't work for me. And I'll tell you the problem. So whenever I download the 777, the flight model and everything comes up just fine. But the liveries, like, they just appear white. Like, there's no livery. It's just white on the outside, and it's not like a white, like livery white. There's no window or anything. It's just glitched. It's just like a glitched kind of white. Yeah. So that's yeah. So that I was wondering if any of you guys know. I was wondering if you guys could maybe uh fix that, or not fix it, but at least tell me how to fix it, because if you can tell me, then I'm pretty sure I'll be able to fix it. So yeah, that's that. And we're currently climbing through, let's see, flight level 190. Voice crack there, 190. And we're going to be going up to 33,000 today. And once we climb into 33,000, we will fly maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes through there, because I don't have much time left. And unfortunately, I can't make this like a full flight from LAX to SFO, so this will be a two-part flight. And yeah, so once we reach 33,000, that'll be our cruising altitude, and we will be waiting for part 2. Anyway, so school is starting tomorrow for me, so that means no more recordings on weekdays, unfortunately. So it'll be weekends only, because I'm gonna be way too busy on weekdays. I'll have no time, so yeah. But anyway, I'm looking forward to school. I don't know if any of you guys out there, who live in California, if your school started yet, but mine is starting tomorrow. I'm kind of looking forward because summer has gotten a bit boring. I mean, I've been doing a bunch of fun stuff and all that, but it has gotten just a little bit boring for my liking. Okay, we're gonna increase speed here all the way up to, let's see, 450 for now, and that's Mach 0.72. So we're coming up on cruising here, and if you can see that this red line and the yellow line, that's the taller. So I'm just gonna say it like this, just to make it a little more simple. That the yellow line is where it's like all the way up to here, all the way up to the border of the yellow, and the red is where it's tolerant. The aircraft is tolerant up to in this altitude. So as you can see, it keeps increasing. The tolerance level keeps increasing because I think it's because air pressure decreases, and therefore we can go at a faster speed. So I can go into the yellow part, because that's tolerated, but that puts stress on the aircraft, therefore I'm not going to go into that zone for now. So we're going to keep increasing altitude and speed, and yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh god, I was not paying attention to the heading at all. No big deal, that can be corrected. That was extremely unprofessional, but no big deal, we're not Yeah, we're not that. It's not that bad. We're not too off heading, of course. Here, I was talking and talking, and I forgot about the heading. That can be taken care of anyway. We're having a smooth climb at 1.8 degrees pitch up, 1.9, 1.8 pitch up. 1,600 feet per minute on the vertical speed indicator there. Air traffic just keeps talking, never stops. Oops, lag spike there. But it's okay. So we're gonna just increase speed all the way up here to 470. That's Mach point. Is that Mach? That's Mach 0.76. So we're gonna keep going up to 475. Mach 0.77. 480. What's that? Mach 0.78. We will increase speed even more. What's our throttles at? Slowly increasing the throttle. 95. It's a bit, it's good. Yeah, it's good for the rate we're going up. I'm watching the fuel here. The fuel tends to run out really, really fast in these few airplanes. Because the way I look at the fuel is, the way I look at the fuel is I go into here, I go into the knee board, and the knee board shows the distance of the trip, and it shows how much estimated fuel burn. 3,296.7 pounds is the estimated fuel burn for this trip. So I'm not sure, is that amount, that 3,927 pounds, is that the total amount that you need to fill in each tank? Because as you can see, there's a center tank, left tank, and right tank in the 737. Because it's not a very big plane. It doesn't need like 8 tanks. It just needs 3. Anyway, so do you have to fill 3,927 pounds in each tank? Is that what it is? Or does it need to be 3,927 pounds in total? So that's my question for that. If you guys know, can you please tell me? Because I've been having so many fuel tank issues. It's so hard to tell. Okay, we're gonna go up to 481, and that's gonna be our cruising speed. Actually, I think I'll go up to Mach 0.8 right there. Let's see, where's the maximum? Nope, that's too much. Go to 487. Yeah, that's good. 486. Okay. Okay, so as we keep flying, let me just check on this. Okay, we're good. So 2608 is our Southwest 260 is our call sign, if you're wondering, for those of you who are new. And yeah, this is it's looking to be a good start to the series so far. I am a big fan of Flight Simulator, if you haven't noticed, and yeah. So this is gonna be a 2-part video. So once we get up to the cruising altitude, which is 33,000, we're currently at 29,500. Climbing to 30,000. Just telling you, if you were wondering why the air traffic control doesn't tell me to go straight up to 33,000. Oops, some turbulence coming in, as you can see over here. So, yeah, so now they're telling us to go up to 33,000, so I'm just going to increase the altitude dial, and we're going to set the vertical speed there. And the reason they give it to you in segments is just because of traffic. It's because of traffic. So since let's say they give it to us all in one go, if there's like an emergency or by accident, traffic veers off course, or other air traffic and comes in our way along the way of our flight path, we can't they can't just tell us to stop because, again, you have to think about other traffic. There's other traffic at our flight level too. So that's why they give it to us in segments. So it's easy to manage each and every single plane that is going in their airspace. So that's the explanation for that. 486. It's just in the yellow, but nothing to worry about. As long as we don't overspeed, I'm fine with it. We're getting some turbulence, so I'm gonna put the fasten seatbelts on. And yeah, oh look, another plane. What's that? 737, another 737 coming from maybe San Francisco, maybe Oakland. And over there, it looks like, over there, is that the bay? Nope, that's not the bay, never mind. Yeah, we're still 167 nautical miles, so if you can see, hold on, that's a bit too much. If you can see that mountain right there going up, past that there's a valley, and that's the valley we need to go to get into SFO and land there. So that's the valley we need to get into. So this approach is, it's fairly tricky. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say tricky or difficult. Over speed, so I'm gonna bring the speed down. Let's just do that. Nothing too bad. As long as we don't stay in overspeed for too long, I'm fine with it. Okay, overspeed. Can't go. Oh, whoops. Come on. I don't want us to decrease speed too much. Okay. Come on, power up, auto throttle. Since we are overspeeding at that speed, I'm gonna put it to 480. And we are at cruising altitude, so once we get back up to the speed I have put on this PFD, or primary flight display. Once we get up to speed, this video should end, and after that we have to line up here. And once everything is set, the video will end, and this will be part 1 of the flight from LAX to SFO. Just saying, part 2 will probably be Saturday evening. Yeah, probably recorded Saturday evening, uploaded Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, probably. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening for part 2 uploading. This one will be uploaded, I hope, by today, because I have school tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll find time to edit and upload. But it's only the first day, so we won't have much homework or anything. So that's nothing too big. And I am going to 8th grade, if you're wondering what grade I'm going to. I'm going to 8th grade. And so our speed is catching up to the target I have inserted here. That's the target. This is our speed, 472. So 8 more knots. And then we are 0.36 nautical miles away from our target course. Nothing too bad. I just want to line it up though. It's not lining up because the heading keeps decreasing by 1, and then I keep decreasing by 1, so I'm like on heading. It stays parallel to it instead of intersecting. Because that's what we're doing. And also, for those of you who are familiar with VOR to VOR flying, I know that's the professional way to do this. But I'm not fond of VOR flying because I just don't like it. It just adds more time to your journey, because VOR to VOR includes, flying over intersections. VOR intersections, obviously, and some intersections will take you a little bit off course, and it takes you, according to VORs, which are like intersections where planes go over to get to their destination. But I don't like flying VOR to VOR mainly because of it just adds time to the flight. It just adds time, and I don't like that. I just like to fly straight to my destination. Let ATC do the lining up for me, and then let ILS take over, which is, by the way, for those of you who are not familiar with ILS, it's an instrumental landing system. And since this is an IFR flight, or instrumental flight rules flight, I will be using that system when I'm landing in part 2. So if you guys want to know how to use that system, I will be using it, if you're curious on how to use that. And yeah, so once we get lined up, I guess that'll conclude this video for now. We will maybe end up I'll stop it at when we're 120 nautical miles away from our destination. That's where I'll stop it. And yeah, put the heading early so we line up. And yeah, so we're just cruising down this area to San Francisco. I love the approach into San Francisco. I really like how, it feels like when you're I've obviously in real life flown into San Francisco in a plane. I mean, I'm not the pilot, and obviously I'm not going to be the pilot. For those of you who are like, what, you've flown a real plane into San Francisco and you piloted it? No, I'm not, because I'm 13, and yeah, I can't pilot a plane, obviously. So what I'm saying is that when I go on trips, to different places, when we come back into San Francisco, the approach is just like, it's just breathtaking, because you feel like the wheels you feel like the plane is literally scraping the water as you go along. And yeah, oh look, another plane, Airbus A320, most likely going down to LAX or San Diego, most likely, and most likely coming in from San Francisco, Oakland, or San Jose. So I see the bay. I don't know if you can, but yeah, now you can see it. So you see, there's like a rough outline there of the bay, Golden Gate going across there, and the city's right there, and the airport's like down there. I mean, the city's up here, the airport's like down there, and yeah. So since we are lined up, everything's set, speeds are set, everything's set, I'm going to go ahead and bid you farewell here. This is gonna be the end of the video, and once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching my videos. For those of you who watch my videos, I really appreciate it, because I put a lot of hard work into making these videos. It's always something that is fun. That I appreciate when you watch it. It encourages me to make more. But yeah, so we're cruising through California here, Southern California, going up to Central California in San Francisco. As you can see, the bay coming into sight there. And yeah, so we have 108 nautical miles left. Much more. We've done a lot more than I expected to do, but yeah, that's okay. And so yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching part 1 of the LAX to SFO flight today. And I will see you guys next time in part 2 of LAX to SFO in this Boeing 737 Southwest livery. Okay, goodbye. Thank you for watching.